Welcome to Pivot Talks with PC. My name is Pauline Caballero, and we're talking change. It isn't coming, it's here. Well, welcome everyone. I am super excited to chat today with my Portuguese sister, Isabel, who, oh my goodness, I'll never forget when I met Isabel. Oh geez, it would have been over 11 years ago. It was in our Clarkson studio, and she was so sweet. She brought me a birthday present for a yoga class that I was teaching in Clarkson. And Clarkson was our original location when we opened up Power Yoga Canada. And that class, I sort of started cutting my teeth and learning how to teach yoga while opening up a studio. So I wasn't really an expert yoga teacher. That's just what I did. But I'll never forget the gift that you gave me, Isabel, because it was lip balm and lip gloss, which for those of you that have seen my picture, I have quite large lips. In fact, they take up a lot of my face. So it's a very appropriate gift for me. And I never had received lip gloss before. So that was how I'll never forget that moment. I was like, wow, this is so sweet. Someone actually brought me a birthday present. So,
thank you.
No.
Yeah, I mean, that was, hi everyone. So glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. And, maybe tell us a little bit about yourself, Isabel.
Oh, let me see. So I've been, so mom, I got married really early, had my kids in my early 20s. So I'm a mom of 4. I have 3 biological children, and I adopted a little girl 7 years ago from Haiti. So, that's my main, and my biggest achievement of my life, of course, as all moms know. And worked in the corporate world for the longest time. Kind of quit that life. It wasn't for me. I needed a shift in my life. It was just, killing me slowly. And that's when I had the opportunity to stay home with my third and kind of, take some moments to just really check in to see what I really needed to do for myself, a little bit of self-care. So that space gave me the time to realize, and it hit all of a sudden, I wasn't like actively looking for something to do. And it's beautiful how it just happens organically like that. I was in Portugal. As you know, I'm Portuguese. And so I spend a lot of my time in Portugal. It's my homeland. I do a lot of surfing as well there, and always on the beach bunny. And so I realized that yoga and surfing was a beautiful complement. All the surfers would do yoga on the beach before they went out into the water, and it just looks so beautiful, and just really kind of connecting to earth and the ocean. So I decided that I would do my teacher training. Mm-hmm. Found Power Yoga Canada. I love power. I love pushing myself to my edge, and PYC kind of gave me the opportunity to kind of tap into everything that I love, right? That I kind of thrive on. Mm-hmm. I became a teacher, and there we go. Walked into PYC, met Pauline, and the rest is history. And since then I've been, I started to teach yoga through PYC. And then opened up a studio a few years later, had the opportunity to do that with 2 partners. And so owned the studio for a good, I'd say 6 years. And then realized that I needed to pivot again and just like find something else that would fulfill me. I loved being a studio owner, but, I was running retreat through the studio as well, yoga and surf retreats. So that kind of, hit me again, where I just needed to have that freedom again and expression.
I love that. I mean, it's interesting because Isabel, you're one of the individuals that really took on COVID-19. My 15-year-old sort of jokes tongue in cheek, says, Coming out of the pandemic, you're either a hunk, a chunk, or a drunk. And you really chose the hunk. Maybe you can talk a little bit about that in your journey there.
Yeah, I chose the hunk, but prior to choosing the hunk, I was a little bit of a chunk, you know, and also a bit of a drunk. So
Right.
I was in it. I was in it. Like COVID shut down the studio,
Hmm.
shut down my retreats. We were supposed to leave like 3 days after the airport shut down to go to Bali. I had a great group of people like ready to go.
Hmm.
And my whole world kind of collapsed.
Mm.
So being the, just coming out of winter time and that's when, so I have a type of, just to get back into my own fitness journey, I have a type of a yo-yo fitness, or I used to anyway, um, journey, lifestyle. So when I would go away in the summertime, do my retreats, super fit, I'm surfing, I'm active, I'm walking all day. But then when I'm back home and the winter is here, I really don't enjoy the cold. So I hibernate and I eat what I shouldn't be eating, whatever is easily accessible.
Mhm.
And I drink more than I should be drinking because, I'm bored.
Right.
So, and then COVID hit, and in that, that winter chunk, and then in the early spring, I had gained like a good 30 pounds. And for those of you that do know me, I've always been in the fitness world since I was a little girl. I would do the team sports at school, like always like doing track, and then so always active. And to see that, yeah, it was just really, really depressing, to be
Right.
honest.
Right.
So I was depressed for a really long time. And I really had to check in. I was coming up with all the excuses to just kind of live in that space. I would look at my body, I had like cellulite on my arms, which I never had before, but I would say, I'm 51, right? So it's normal. It's going to
Mhm.
happen. So it's okay. I'll just have another glass of wine to self medicate and make me feel better.
Right.
Yeah, so that's how it happened. And we do that, right? We kind of find our excuses to stay in. We get
Oh,
comfortable.
for sure. And I think now, right now, especially with COVID, it's become much more challenging. Like, there's definitely been a movement right now for, self-care, take it easy and rest, which I don't disagree with, but it's all in moderation. And really knowing that, what I love about you is that you've been making it really simple. And it's very interesting because one of the things you said to me, back in the spring and early summer is, Pauline, all you need to do is just walk 10,000 steps,
Mhm.
which really seems like nothing. But when you're trapped in the house, not going anywhere, not doing anything, I mean, there's days where I'll get to noon and I've maybe taken 600 steps.
Mhm. Mhm.
Whereas when we weren't in lockdown, there was lots of movement happening. Maybe. I mean, I wasn't really paying attention.
Mhm. Well, just naturally, on a normal day, an average person walks like 5,000 to 6,000 steps anyway, right?
Right.
Without, working out, just your day at home or going out or going to work or going to the gym or to your yoga studio. So, so easy to get your steps in or half of them in
Mhm.
just by doing your day to day. However, you're right. Like when COVID hit, most of us are, more sedentary at home and not getting that exercise that we need. So we're taking in more food, right? And
Mhm.
more calories than what we're, um, putting out.
Yeah.
So, and that creates the weight gain, for all of us. And of course, most of us, not everyone, of course, but a lot of us were, again, having more beverages just to kind of, deal with the whole situation. And yeah, the depression of it, right? That our lives are just like put on hold. So I realized, what am I going to do about it? I just can't live this way. It was just like one of those moments where I have to make a change or else it's going to go downhill really, really fast.
Mhm.
So I put myself on a program with a trainer, a transformation coach, and she helped me work through like learning about food, my steps in, about water, how much water to drink, how many vegetables to have. So just creating that whole, it's actually a lifestyle. It's not a diet. It's a lifestyle. It's a whole change. Still eating a lot of food, but the right foods, like clean food that's and a system that's going to sustain you after COVID is done. You know, once you get outside and you have to go out to work, you know, it's sometimes it's easier to do things when you are at home and you have time to prepare. You know, you have more time to learn, work out, but how can you keep it sustainable when, you know, life happens again, right? When the world opens up again. So, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why I created WYN with Izzy. It's a look at workouts, yoga, and nutrition in a way that's sustainable. So you do it now, you create these new habits, you create systems in place. Also looking at mindset, of course, you know, like triggers in your life that make you do things that you do, you know, go for those cookies or that third glass of wine. So everything, just looking at your lifestyle in general and creating new systems and habits in place, right? To continue on and feel amazing and be healthy. You know, bottom line is just leading a healthy life.
Well, I love that because I mean, you know, when we post this podcast, and if you're listening, you know, take a look at Isabel's Instagram handle or her photo because she is quite the attractive 51-year-old and definitely does not look 51.
Aw,
I,
thanks.
oh, girl, it's so true. And I'll say that it's beautiful for me to see that. Like, I'm actually quite inspired because it's never too late to make a shift.
Hmm.
And that's what I really got from you and your transformation. It's that it's never too late. It's never inappropriate timing. And it happens in an instant.
Absolutely.
I mean, do you know what it was specifically that caused you to shift and change? Because it's not as if there's any brand new tools here.
Uh-huh.
Right? Like you've really, these are all things that you've known.
Done the self work and self inquiry my whole life. I am so aware of where I go and what I do, and how I react to things and what I need. So yeah, the moment for me was it was like an environmental kind of trigger. It was a good trigger. Not all triggers are bad, and it was social media, to be honest. So a friend of mine had posted that she was doing this, and you know, she's a lot younger than I am, but just the way she passionately shared about it got me going. And in that moment, there's like that 5-second rule for making change and pivots. It's like you catch that moment of inspiration and you do something about it right there. You know, like make a call, reach out to that person. You know, check in with people that support you and motivate you so that you get all the information that you need and you act, you take action at that point. And that's how it
Mhm.
happened for me. It was just like 2 seconds, made a call, there I go. I'm done. I'm in.
I love it. There's I don't know who says the quote, but there's a quote that says all it takes is 30 seconds of unwavering bravery and courage
Yeah, right.
just to push
And it
through.
happens all day, every day. We have those moments, you know, even to work out. Um, I don't stress about working out throughout my day because I know that some point in time in my day I'm going to get that, you know, those 30 seconds of inspiration to move, and that's when I do it. That's when I take action. I don't wait to do anything else. I just go. Yeah.
Got it.
And that's how I, you know, yeah, I'm inspiring my girls that have signed up for my program. We're in we're coming into our third week. And it's just about that, like checking into where you distract yourself and you pull yourself away from stepping up, right?
Mhm.
Just be in it
I
and
love
trust
that.
that you've got it and you can do it, right?
I love that. So for you, is
Yeah.
what's
It's
next
been
after this?
wow, what's next? I know I'm like pivoting all the time. I'm so excited. So I also teach sup yoga in the summer. I teach sup yoga in the summer, so I want to incorporate that into. I'm doing WYN with Izzy in the spring, a spring reset to get our bodies and shift our lifestyle in for summertime, how to deal with that. And so I'm going to incorporate sup yoga into that program, the spring program and summer program. And then also when the world opens up, we will be incorporating retreats into my program. So we will be going away for a week together, somewhere magical, maybe Bali, maybe Portugal, Mexico, wherever, and just have that beautiful time together, a way to explore and just really kind of tap in and check in with ourselves.
Oh, I love it. I
So
love
many
it.
possibilities for sure.
So tell me, if there is one thing that you would say to yourself, sort of pre-COVID or, even further back, is there a lesson that the Isabel from right now has that wants to share with the Isabel that was struggling, whether it's 7 months ago or I guess it's a year now. Wow, I can't even believe it, a year.
Wow, I'm getting teary just thinking about it.
What would you say to her?
Whoa. You got me. I would say that you can do anything and it's never too late. You're not too old. That's what I would say. You're not too old and you have all the love and support around you that you need. And just trust yourself.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Isabel, I really appreciate you taking the time to connect here. And most importantly, for the people that are listening, I definitely take a look at what Izzy is up to on her social media channels. But I think what I really get from you is that it is never too late.
Absolutely.
And so often we find ourselves making excuses like, oh, and be in regret, or I should have or could have. And what if you shifted that to like, I will now?
Yeah, I will now. Now's the time. Let's do it. And we could do it together. Support, community, love.
I love that. I love that. Well, we're going to post all about your Instagram handles on our podcast info sheet. And, Isabel, thank you so much for taking the time today. I just love everything that you're up to. And I can't wait to surf with you again.
Yes. Thank you for joining me in Portugal, by the way. Pauline came out and she was like surfing like a rock star first time out. Never too late, right?
Never too late. I know.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. My honor.